I thought our guys played really, really hard, and for a major portion of the game played well. We executed the plan extremely well. Unfortunately, the physicality of the game was just a little too much when we trying to drive the ball to the rim. So that ended up, some turnovers, some charges, some steals by Clemson. But you got to give them credit. I thought they played well. They were at home. They were playing with a lot of confidence. They were making a lot of threes. But our guys hung in there. We have 6 guys and 2 of them don't score any points. So it's hard. We could only get 58 today. We thought that'd probably be the most we could get, 58 to 60. We were going to have to hold them into the low 50s to win the ball game.
And our first question comes from Steve Wine.
Jim, their perimeter shooting, how much of it was them? How much of it was your perimeter defense?
Yeah, I'll have to watch the video to be sure. We try to go zone in the second half when we fell behind to see if they would miss some threes, and we got to stop right away. But then they found the open man, and Amir Sims hit a baseline jumper, and then a couple of guys hit threes. We had to get out of that. Oh, our problem all year long is we don't make threes, and our opponents are making threes regularly. So I thought today's game was very much like it's been all season long. Guys who can make threes, they get them and they make them against us.
Our next question comes from Chris Stock.
Yeah, Coach, you touched on there were points in the game you were really pleased with. You had to have liked how your team started those first, 10 minutes or so. What'd you see in that start for you guys?
Well, I think Isaiah Wong had another great game. I mean, he had half our points. He is making shots. He's distributing the ball pretty well. He's playing very hard on defense. But Clemson was on fire early. I mean, Amir Sims is a first-team all-conference player. He's probably the best defender in the league, especially in the front court. I haven't seen anybody better than him. He's more physical than any player in the league. He makes threes. He makes post-ups, makes his free throws, and he finds the open man. He's a very unselfish player. He's only averaging like 13, 14 points a game. He could be averaging, 25 or 30. And he's that good an offensive player and defensive player. And then our guys, we executed better in the first 10 minutes by just doing one of the most simple offenses we have. We made very few changes, which I think helped our guys. They shared the ball well and made good decisions. But Clemson's defense is so physical, it just wears you down. We're not as physical as them, and it shows.
And we'll go back to Chris Stock.
Yeah, it was announced that Chris Likes and Harlan Beverly were going to be they're done for the year. I know both of those guys have been dealing with stuff. Just your reaction to that and kind of their seasons here.
Well, it's been so disappointing for so many of our guys not to have competed this year. We talked about it the other day. Sam Wardenberg would love to be playing. He broke his foot. Chris Likes sprained an ankle. We expected him back, in a few weeks. Then it became a month. Now it's 2 months. He's still not playing. So I know he's frustrated by that, but he's also working to rehab the ankle, and it just hasn't responded the way most ankles do. Harlan Beverly, on the other hand, he's in pain and his back is bad. I'm not sure if at the end of the season, he sees a specialist and they decide whether or not it can be rehabbed or if he needs surgery. But for a very long time, he played and gutted it out and did a terrific job. But, the other day, it just got to the point where he had to shut it down. So Chris is out, Earl Timberlake's out, Harlan's out, Sam's out, Rodney's out. So We only have 6 scholarship players, and we're trying our best, and that's all I can ask of them.
And just to follow, you had Harlan and Earl Timberlake there over at the house. It was announced, or Coach Caputo talked about that. What was kind of your message with those guys, and are you convinced those two guys will be a part of the future moving forward?
Well, first of all, I try every once in a while to have all the players over, but because of COVID, you can only have like 2 guys at a time. So over the course of a month or so, I've had everybody over, and now we're going back through having everybody to the house. And really, it's for them to relax. And I tell a lot of stories to them. Some I'm trying to educate them. Some I'm trying to entertain them. And some I want them to just share with me the things that are important in their life. We talked a lot about their basketball careers when they were growing up. What they did when they were in elementary school. When was the first time you ever dunked the ball? What's the most points you ever scored in high school? And then we talked about who your favorite athletes in every sport. So, boxing, Muhammad Ali, or Floyd Mayweather, or Mike Tyson, or all these different guys. And it's a very relaxed atmosphere. The guys, I think, very much enjoy it. And I enjoy listening to their stories, their lives, what it was like for them growing up. As far as next year, I mean, quite honestly, we just finished playing Clemson. I'm not thinking about anything but getting ready for Virginia now. The season will end, and there'll be time for me to meet with each individual. But we certainly believe that Harlan Beverly and Earl Timberlake are a big part of our future.